Good morning, everybody. Joe, good morning. How's it going, bud?
It's chilly over here, but it's going good.
Yeah.
Going good.
You look like you're all bundled up over there, brother.
Oh my gosh, yes, I am.
Well, do you got your coffee?
Yes, I sure do.
All
You
right.
cheers it up?
Let's do a cheers, and you can
Cheers.
warm up a little bit with that coffee. Oh, good morning, everybody. How's it going? I can see we got Piper Academy kind of flooding on in here. Appreciate everybody. Thanks for being here this morning, checking in with Joe and I on this midweek check-in. We got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about today. We'll do that right after we go say hi to the chat. We're going to be talking about France looking to do a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We're going to talk about or we're going to give a quick listen to Lawrence Lepard, who has did a quick video, or we got a piece of that video where he's talking about how Powell has already lost control of the economy. And that's pertinent, obviously, because we got that Fed rate decision a little bit later on. Obviously, we're going to talk about the crypto ETFs. And the tact I'm going to show you is why they got approved, even though the government shut down. I mean, because honestly, I'm not going to lie, that kind of caught me off guard. And I got a couple of other things at the end, if we have time to get to them, that have absolutely nothing to do with crypto. But I think we're going to take a look at it anyway. So Joe, what do you say? Let's go say hi to the chat real quick. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me. Let's go.
All right. And we got a little Casper in the house. Appreciate you being here. There you go. Welcome, Dave Digital. Appreciate you being here. Like one is Dave Digital's. Nice. I appreciate that. Lunar Beach, LBC in the house. Appreciate you being here. Looking forward to you and BC this coming Saturday afternoon. Let me tell you what, I'm liking those counter this videos and live streams you're putting out. Awesome. Mike Volmer in the house. Dave Brumbelow, appreciate you being here. Dylan, of course, appreciate Dylan zipping along. Army Piper, the man himself, in the chat, dropping the graduation caps. And thank you for sending everybody over here, Piper. Let me tell you what, Piper, I holy crap with Pam. That's all I'm saying. If I had the holy balls icon, I would say put it in if you're a channel member. But oh my God, that's all I'm saying. And if you guys watching this maybe on the replay and you don't know what we're talking about, man, go check out today's episode of Piper Academy toward the end. Woo! That's all I'm saying. Man, that's all I'm saying. All right, who else we got here? We got All Set in the house. Welcome, All Set. Appreciate you being here. And
Black Ops Joe, let's go.
What's that?
Black Ops.
Black Ops Joe. I didn't get that far down there. I'm trying to get. Oh well, of course we have the magnets. We cannot forget those.
I love it.
Yep. And yeah, no, it's true, LBC, man. I look forward to you guys' thing every single time. Yeah. Facts, Piper. Facts, man. That thing, wow. I was like, holy crap right now. Holy crap. Okay. I suppose we should get into business. Now, normally I do a little bit of Bitcoin news before Joe gets over to the Bitcoin chart. And I've only got one piece of news, but to me, it's just like part and parcel of what we're seeing here in the crypto space and around the globe with regard to Bitcoin. So right here, France proposes Bitcoin reserve, defying the EU digital euro plans, which, I mean, some of the stuff, and matter of fact, one of the things I want to look at is from Citizens for Sound Money. Shout out to Daniel Diaz and Citizens for Sound Money. Toward the end, it's a clip about digital IDs, which is going like fast and furious over in the EU right now. I don't want to get down that rabbit hole just yet. Maybe when we listen to that clip, we'll do that here. But let's just at least, again, links to what I'm talking about in the description. Let's take a quick look at what the key takeaways are. Basically, a bill got put forward to create a Bitcoin sovereign reserve asset fund. Excuse me. And so that's where that is. Basically, if adopted, France France's 420,000 BTC reserve. So that's what they're looking to create, okay? Would surpass U.S. holdings, obviously, because we don't have anywhere near that. And not to mention, the previous administration sold some off, but again, not to get down that particular rabbit hole. But on the 28th of October, this bill got put in looking to establish a Bitcoin national reserve. And this proposal was tabled in the French Parliament, but it calls for creation of a public institution to manage a reserve of 420,000 BTC. So, I mean, again, we see a lot of these countries, one, mining Bitcoin, two, looking to set up Bitcoin reserves and so on. Joe, throw your 2 cents in on this, brother. I mean, we've talked about a whole ton of this in previous streams.
Yeah, in reference to the reserves, I'm just really, really happy that they're doing the reserves because, well, I mean, the more reserves, the more companies, the more entities that have the reserves, it's just more exposure. And it's kind of like follow the leader. First it takes one brave person to do it, or country. And then after that, another one does it, and then another one. And then before you know it, they're all going to have the Bitcoin reserves, Ethereum reserves, Solana, all these other reserves. So to me, it's a great thing.
I agree. And Solana, we're going to talk a little bit about that because obviously we are talking ETFs today. And LBC asked, I thought we had 600,000 Bitcoin. Where's that message right here? And according to Google, because I know we didn't have that much, but I didn't know how much we had. According to what I just looked up, we have 198,012 BTC, according to what I see for the latest. And there's JR in the house. Appreciate you, JR. Thanks for being here, brother. But yeah, that's what I got for Bitcoin news. Again, I'm with you, Joe. I think it's great. I think we're moving in the right direction. Hell, I think the whole world is moving in the right direction. But we're gonna see a lot of stable coin stuff, and I think we're going to touch on that maybe a little bit later, moving out and really rearing its head within the next few months. My opinion, again, not financial advice, old guy interwebs. But Joe, I think we're going to let you jump into the Bitcoin chart.
Okay.
So let me bring your screen on up here. Ooh, all right. Bonus stream, baby. Woo.
Yeah, so we're doing so for those that don't know, I changed my times. Now I'm streaming at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then occasionally I'll do a bonus stream, and I'm more than likely I'll keep it at my same time, 12 p.m. And today we do have a bonus stream, so right after here we're going to my channel, and then of course just talking about Bitcoin, talking about your coin, seeing if we can get into a trade. Yesterday we ended up getting into a trade. It was this one, and we're up a little bit and hit our first target. But that's what we do on the channel. But here we go. So looking at Bitcoin, not looking strong. Man, it's not looking strong. Come on, Bitcoin. Price was here yesterday, day before yesterday. And we're thinking possibly come up to around this area to maybe come down. Sure enough, price went up to this area, came down. I'm looking for it to bounce on the 382 level, so 38% from the retracement to potentially, kind of come down and then come up. This was my plan A. My plan B is for us to come up and then come down, breaking this low, and then coming down here to potentially our next bounce area, or it's our bounce zone really, at the 0.5 level, which would put us at 111.5. And so this is what I'm looking for. You can see that the price action did come up to here. This was a video I made for my VIP, just saying this was before this price action was here. If we do come up here, we need to break the 0.123 level, and hopefully, maybe get rejected here. And this is like the bullish case scenario, to where we come up here, we come down, we break through, and now we're in this zone up here, which is our bullish zone. But of course, the price did end up doing this number. Right now, the two levels that we need to watch are this level right now, 113.624. We need to watch this level. And you can see the wick went right up to it, man. It's ridiculous how, and it's all the market makers. The market makers are making these patterns. They're making the price go where it wants or where they want it to. And we're watching this level. And as you can see, 112.442 was currently broken. We had a wick. Perfect opportunity for the price to start coming up. However, right now we have, on the hourly time frame, we have about an hour, 48 minutes really, to see, are we going to close underneath it or above it? If we close underneath it, again, I'm thinking maybe possibly this. Very important, like we don't know what's going to happen. All we have is probabilities of what might happen. The reason I'm thinking we might pull back is if we just kind of look at a higher time frame, we just went up. What goes up is going to come down. And so when we were up here, like the chance of it coming down is really, really great. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to see that, oh, we went straight up. We cannot continue. Could we? Sure, of course. We can do whatever we want, or the price can do whatever it wants. Could it continue going straight? Yeah. But when it comes down, it's going to come down hard. Why? People are doing exactly what you want to do. Buy low, sell high. Price comes down. So that's the thought process behind here. Nothing, a lot of people like overcomplicate this stuff, but this is what I'm thinking might happen. And hopefully it does. Hopefully we get a bounce here. If we don't, well then, and this is why I trade level by level, because again, we don't know what's going to happen. If we don't get this bounce in this level, then what we're probably looking at is something like this, to where we come down and maybe we bounce here, and then all we can do is short and long. And here's a trick, guys. I'm gonna tell you a trick. Let's say we short here off of the break of this. Let's just say we short. And then it reverses and it starts going up. Okay, fine. Maybe here was the bounce. Now let's long. And then it continues going up. You're going to win one way or the other. I mean, it's that simple. Like if you go short and it reverses, okay, we'll go long. And then it's going to, maybe continue until it reverses. And then, okay, now we go short again. And then let's just say this short continues to go all the way down. Well, guess what? You can now be part of the X community, which loves to, I called the top and we entered way up here and look at how genius we are. You can do that if you want. I don't. It's so funny how so many people, I called the bottom, I called the top, and it's like, you called the bottom like 8 times this month. So anyway, but that's my thought process on Bitcoin. So what do I think is going to happen? I think we're going to bounce. I'm looking for a potential bounce right around 111.5. If we don't bounce here and start breaking the highs, well, then we just look for the lows to break. And then now our next target is way down here, right around 107.2, 106.1. And hopefully we bounce here. If we don't, well, then we have our other trend lines that we're looking for. So that's my thought process.
Appreciate that. And like Joe said, we're going to be heading on over to his stream right after we're done here. So I appreciate that. And listen, for those who don't know, Joe, he comes over here on Mondays and Wednesdays most pretty much, and he has to like reset his entire setup in order to not only be here, but then go to his own stream and do his own stream. So I really appreciate him doing that. And we're going to be, if you're on YouTube, just sit tight. We're going to send you right on over to Joe's stream right after we're done here. He's doing that bonus stream now that he's changed his time. So thank you, Joe. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And Joe's going to be taking a look at some of those ETF coins as soon as we're getting to that story. We got a couple of things ahead of that, and Crypto Jar in the house. Guys, if you didn't watch that episode last night with Crypto Jar, myself, and special guest BC Pork Corp on the Matrix Money podcast, we talked about a few different things, but then kind of went down the proverbial rabbit hole about the AWS outage last week. Go check that out. I think you'll find it interesting and maybe give you a different perspective to think from with regard to that. All right, so let's move into a couple more things as we get here, get going down the rabbit hole. Now, I don't know if you heard about this, Joe. I've seen very little coverage with regard to this, but China's largest FinTech company basically files trademarks linked to Bitcoin and crypto. Now, Joe and I talked about last week, right, Joe? I think it was that guy that was filing a patent, trademark infringement on the Bitcoin logo, which like he didn't even bother to file until like 2024. What is going on? Everybody's starting to file patents and stuff. I don't know.
Just looking for a quick dollar or quick Bitcoin. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah, well, that guy, yeah.
In my opinion, it's smart. It's an easy way to make money off of something that you had nothing to do with. So it's brilliant as far as that goes. But by the same token, it's kind of slimy as a person.
Oh, hell to the yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's a used car salesman. Pretty sure.
There you go. Sky High, I see you. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. And all right, so just to round this out, so you have, if you haven't already heard about this, you know, Ant Group. I mean, if you are in the crypto space for any length of time, that should be like they've been here forever. Ant miners, remember Ant miners? Anyway, the parent of Alipay, with over 1.3 billion users, has filed new trademark applications tied to Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain in Hong Kong. And again, links in the description. Go ahead and check that out on your own. But I just thought that was like, wow, crazy, especially where we're just talking about the last guy last week trying to put a trademark on the Bitcoin logo. All right, but let's move on. Today, we all know we have the Fed Chair Powell coming on at, I think it's 2:30 this afternoon, to basically give his decision on rates. Everybody, the expectation is 25 basis points, so quarter percent. Is it? I don't know. We're going to find out. You'll join us and find out. But here's the thing. Lawrence Lepard, who, again, big sound money advocate, links to this in the description. Go ahead and do a little follow-up on your own. And I love the fact that we're going to be hopefully talking sound money at the end of this. Basically says, and I'll let you listen to it, it's about 2.5 minutes long, and where he starts saying that, you know, Powell, it's too late. He's lost control. The market just doesn't realize it yet. So let me play this, and then Joe and I can talk about it in a minute.
Powell is bluffing. He says we're going to get inflation back to 2%. He says we haven't lost control, even though he has. And the market believes him because the forward swaps are at 275 for 5-year inflation. It's bullshit, but people believe him. When things start to break, he will have to change his tune well before the inflation rate is 2%. And everyone's going to go, that's interesting. He really has lost control. He cannot get inflation down. All those guys who've been talking about inflation is inevitable, they are right. And then you're going to see just an enormous movement of capital from other things into our things. There's $450 trillion of fiat shit in the world. Cash, stocks, and bonds. All of Bitcoin, what is it today? 350 billion, 400 billion? So we're 450 trillion, 400 billion of Bitcoin. Let's call it 6 or 7 trillion of sound money. Bitcoin, gold stocks. Okay. 450 trill of unsound money. Bonds, cash, and stocks. When a quorum of the people come to the conclusion that they can never stop printing and that it is inevitable that they will have to continue to print, they are going to say, please protect my assets in stuff that cannot be printed.
All right, I'm gonna stop it there because I think you get the kind of gist. If you want to watch the whole thing, link is in the description. Meet Damien in the house. I see you in the background there. Welcome, man. Welcome. A couple of things. I want to get your opinion, Joe, if you think that Powell's basically the Fed's already lost control of this train. Shout out to what's her name? Oh my God, I can't think of her name. She says nothing stops this train. Lynn Alden. I was having a brain cramp. Oh, senior moment right there. Woo. Anyway, that's the first thing. And second thing is he lumped into sound money, Bitcoin, gold, etc. And if we get to that clip from Citizens for Sound Money, they say the way they try to, or not try, basically part of that conversation you'll see later is they're saying that just leads to digital ID. But anyway, so Joe, what do you think? Has Powell already lost control of this train or what?
Yes, but it's not his fault. It's the fault of the government because they don't know how to handle their money,
Oh,
and
fact.
we are we get punished for it. I heard the other day that they're taking away food stamps now.
Well, funding for it runs out November 1st, I believe. So
Okay, yeah. So that's the word on the street that they're going to be taking away food stamps. It's like, how? Why? Like that doesn't make any sense. But I'm guessing due to the government shutdown or
yes.
but like that to me doesn't make any sense. Why? Like the people, and there's the people I was talking to, they're like, yeah, it's going to be like martial law and blah blah. Like we're going to get our food. It's like, dude, I believe you, man. Like your family, your kids, like how do they expect you? It's true, the strong survive. Now, in reference to the sound money, and I'm going off on a tangent.
That's okay. Go ahead, man.
In reference to the sound money, when I first heard, and this was actually the blockchain brew last night was talking about this. They're very religious and everything, and they were saying the first time they heard about Bitcoin, they're like, oh no, like that's the end times, Revelations, blah blah.
Yeah.
And that's the first thing that I thought when I heard about Bitcoin. In like when man, I'm assuming when it just came out, because my other coworker, he was a big computer nerd, so he was about that, and he told me about it, and I was like, one currency about. I was like, nah, man, that's end time stuff, and I didn't even touch it until like 10 years later. Then somebody talked to me about it. I was like, huh. I still didn't touch it, and then I didn't touch it till like maybe 4 years after that. But when it comes to this, like the government really is. They're out to get the poor people. It really is. And the way the whole bank and everything. If y'all haven't seen that, the biggest scam in history of mankind, the hidden secrets of money, episode 4, y'all, man.
Yeah, I put that link up. Matter of fact, Joe dropped it in right here. But go check that out and make time to watch it more than once. That's all I'm gonna say. In order for it to completely to wrap your brain around it.
The first time I watched it, it was kind of in the background, just kind of, it's like, what? No way. It's kind of like your eyes are being like revealed. Like you can see now. And then I watched it again and like really paying attention. I was like, wow, I didn't know they did any of that stuff. But yeah, it's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. But again, the link is in the chat there. Go ahead and check that out. We talk about it all the time here. And I'll tell you what, shout out to Joe, because he always has that link ready. You'd think by now I would have that link ready, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just is what it is. And Donato Cabrera in the house. Appreciate you being here, man. And this was starting to get some discussion in the chat with regard to the whole food stamp thing that you were bringing up. And yeah, man, I will say this. I wasn't looking to go down that road. I almost did. I almost put it in for this stream here, and I took it out at the end, at the last minute. And the funding running out November 1. So, and the absolute lunacy of the stuff that I'm seeing online with you will just go steal it, will shoplift, will beat you as you come out the door with your food and steal your food. I mean, just outrageous kind of things. And Pete St. Ange did a short video about that today. Go check it out on his channel. I'm just gonna say, if you strap, make sure you're strapped. Be safe. Go ahead, Joe.
I will say one thing in reference to the food stamps. I was really, really happy to see that they took off the junk food.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to see that. And I mean, I see all these YouTube shorts. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent, but I see all these YouTube shorts where it's like, what do you mean? And yeah, I'm gonna do it. What do you mean? And they're moving their head. I can't buy junk food and blah blah. That my kids eat this. It's like, maybe they shouldn't. Buy carrots, buy salads and water and food.
actual food. Yeah.
Real quick story. This is when I was a cashier. I don't know, 10, 20 years ago, and they would have 2 shopping carts. One of them was full of meat. I'm talking like $400 or $500 worth of meat. And again, this is, 10, 20 years ago when it wasn't as expensive as now. But full shopping cart. And then the next shopping cart was a whole bunch of like sodas and junk food and just, whatever. And I'm ringing everything up. And it's like, I don't know, $700-800. And I'm thinking, man, like here I am. I don't know what I was making, like $14 an hour. I was like, man, here I am, doing this and I'm working. And she had like at least 6 kids that I could see. And I made a comment. I'm surprised nobody reported me. I made a comment. It's like, man, $847, man, that's a lot of money. Oh no, I still have $1,200 left. We're going to go to Sam's after this, or well, you all hopefully know what Sam's is. We're going to go to Sam's after this. We're going to really load up on the meat. I was like, wow. And then the next one after that was an older gentleman. He had maybe $20 worth of food.
Yeah.
And so he's going, and I said, man, that was a lot. And she goes, yeah, man, like this 20. I said, dude, I'm in the same boat and I'm working, but yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It absolutely, yeah, you can, yeah. It's literally become like a lifestyle.
And then one more thing. And then, man, it broke my heart. Oh my gosh. My mom, she used to get food stamps. I think like, I don't know, $65 or something. Something dumb.
Yeah. Pittance. Yeah.
Well, the government increased her Social Security check by like, I don't know, $10 or something. But because they increased it by $10, it reduced her food stamps by like $30.
Yep.
I'm like, so I'm really fortunate and happy that, one, I had a really close relationship with my mom, and 2, I was always going over there. Look, and the first thing I do, open that fridge. Okay, mom, be right back. Boom, $100-200, load her up. And I was always visiting. Yeah, and it's like, mom, you don't have any food? Oh no, they cut my food stamps. Like, how? Like, and I told her, I said, Mom, you need more babies. Go get more babies.
And the Dusty Hunt in the house, and he's like, I like soda, Jack and Coke. I get
for
it.
The win.
Yeah, you need to be here Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time for Crypto on the Rocks.
It gets silly, guys. It gets silly.
Yes. Oh, he caught that. Dave Digital. Yeah. For Joe's $14. There it is, right there. Live on the show.
I think I need to show this to the government and say, this is all I got, man. I need some food stamps. I need some financial aid. I'll go back to school.
Yeah, right. Right. Facts. And listen, I know we kind of got off on a tangent. Appreciate everybody being patient with our tangent. BC Port Corp in the house. Appreciate you being here. I was just talking about our Matrix Money podcast last night. We were talking about AWS. But anyway, yeah, lots of. I mean, here's the thing. I get it. There's a lot of waste and abuse with regard to that system, no doubt, 1,000% waste and abuse. But there are people who seriously need it. And Joe, you kind of hit on one group, seniors are living on fixed incomes for most cases. And they are the ones who probably get literally the very least. And then people who are legitimately disabled, who also get that. I know one person who literally, like you said, had like just I think it was just over $53 or something stupid like that every month, which, like, please, what does that buy you right now? Not much. Anyway, and like you said, the disability check changed a little bit, and that went from like 53 down to, I think it was 36.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. But anyway, not why we're here, not the tangent we were looking to go down, but we went there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting times. All I'm going to say is be safe out there, everyone, please, as we move forward for a number of reasons. All right, we're going to talk about the ETFs right now. And then after we're done with that, we're going to talk a little bit about Truth Social, their latest team up with crypto.com. We're going to talk a little Cardano, IBM, and then we're going to try and get into that Sound Money clip. Now, originally, I had a different article. Whoops, wrong button. Where'd it go? There it goes. Good Lord. Good Lord. Even when Joe's here, I can't drive right. I mean, Joe, Monday was hard, man, without you here. I'm like out of the loop with trying to like handle all the back end stuff and be talking and all that kind of thing on the stream. I felt like a fish out of water, brother. Fish out of water. Anyway, now originally I had a different article pulled up with this, and the link to that article is still in the description of this video. So feel free to go ahead and check that out, where it's talking about the ETFs and Solana ETFs. How that was the kind of winner, and we're going to talk about that here. But it's a different take. This is from Eleanor Tourette. You guys know I like bringing in a lot of her information, crypto in America. Make sure that you go ahead and follow her information in the description. Yes, teamwork, the dream work. Yes, exactly. Thank you, JR. All right. Anyway, I want to read through this because I'm not going to lie. I was thinking, okay, the government shut down. The SEC is like essential functions kind of thing. How the hell would they like approve an ETF, right? Well, let's go down here and let's see the why. The background information. Crypto's 3 newest ETFs hit Wall Street Tuesday with a bang. Bitwise's BSOL, so the Solana ETF, led the pack with $56 million in trading volume. And here we go. And then on the NYSE, here we go, New York Stock Exchange. We had Canary Capital's Hedera and Litecoin ETFs. So those are the 3. And Joe's going to look at those charts in a minute. Saw $8 million and $1 million respectively in their first day. So what, and she even highlights it here. So why the surprise launches during the government shutdown? That was my question, man. Well, here we go. Earlier this month, issuers added special no delay language, and I'm using my air quotes there, no delay language to their amended S1 registration forms. If you remember, probably about 3-4 weeks back, Joe and I actually talked about like the SEC asking these ETF filers to amend their S1 forms, which is the forms to get their ETFs live. And so they added this no delay language to the registration forms, allowing the filings to automatically become effective 20 days after submission if an exchange signs off. I mean, so basically, as you can see here, and it goes into details, the Securities Act 1933 requires no approval, et cetera, et cetera. And I found that extremely interesting. I didn't realize that that was even a thing. I'm not going to lie. No idea that that was even a thing. But guess what? I mean, I guess I'm glad to see that they're out there. I'm going to just put it out there for those who know me. You know, I'm no fan of Solana. And I'm hoping that that doesn't give the crypto space a black eye with regard to the stock exchange or anything like that. Joe, before you look at the charts, is there anything you want to talk about with those any of those ETFs that just went live?
So in reference to food stamps, no, I'm playing.
Dude, not while I'm drinking my coffee.
Oh, that's good. No, I think it's really cool as far as the whole submission thing. Now my only question is, okay, are they going to have like a whole bunch of regulations before you can even submit? Since if you submit it, then it's going to automatically be done. So now it's like, well, how much more tape is going to be prior to submitting? Because once it's submitted, then it's going to automatically be done in 20 days. Because there's so many people or so many potential ETFs that are out there right now. There's, man.
Oh, yeah.
20, 30 at least. And then they want to do dumb ones too. Trump. They want to have a Trump ETF.
I saw that.
Get out of here. You know, but so hopefully there's a lot of, well, I don't know. We'll just have to see. But that's what I got on there.
And you know what, Joe? That's actually a good point. That was another thing you and I talked about when the new SEC chair came in. He was talking about creating a good working framework. And you're right. So the upfront process, I'm sure might be a bit different now from like the Gary Gensler era of the SEC. And And to that end, the special language in there about no delay. So yeah, I think you hit it on the head. The front end is going to be a bit more hoops to jump through potentially, but then it'll just be, you don't need to hear from us. If you don't hear from us, guess what?
Right.
Boom, you're good. You're good. All right, Joe, I'm going to bring up your charts. And again, Joe's going to look at those three ETFs. So Solana, HBAR, and Litecoin. So Joe, go ahead. Take it away, brother. Take a quick look at those.
All right. Very good. So Solana, all these look great. You know, it just depends on where you want to get into. And in my opinion, we're getting really, really close to the send. You know, here everybody got wrecked if you were doing any kind of 2x, 3x leverage. Just hoping for the send for this coming month in a few days. But here, if you want to play it safer, what we could do is wait for the daily to close above 209.18 for Solana. Once our candle closes above there, to play it safer, you could enter the trade. Again, none of this is financial advice. It's all for entertainment purposes. And I hope you're entertained. If you are, smash the like. Let me know in the comments by putting a 1 in the chat. Let me see who's here. But this is what I'm looking for. Yes, we do have this downtrend. However, hopefully we can start breaking the highs and then create higher lows, higher highs. And then, of course, this is the main level that we definitely need to break prior to potentially the send, which is 247.39. So Solana right now is looking good. We haven't broken these lower levels, which is good. I mean, we did here, but that was a scam wick. So this is the bigger picture. But yeah, right now we're looking good. Let's go to Litecoin. Litecoin is looking very boring. However, boring can be sexy. Here we go. We have this level right here, $100.73. We did break above it. We couldn't hold above it. We came back down. But the sexy part about this is at this time, we did not do this to where we're coming back down here for all this liquidity. We didn't do that. Instead, we went up again, tried it, couldn't hold it, broke back down. Right now, what this is showing me is that we have a lot of strength right here, right in this pretty much zone. So let's go ahead and do this zone right here. And it's just a real quick zone as far as what I can see. Let me just a little bit lower right there. And here, and I'm using off of these wicks. This candles barely came through, but look at all these candles right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Look at all these candles that found support right on this box. And then here, it bounced off of it. And this is really easy to see in hindsight. But what you can do is you can use these levels, use these zones. So in my opinion, this one, it looks really good. What we don't want to see, of course, we don't want to see the price come back into the box and then travel in here for a little bit and then, of course, break down to take this. So this is what we don't want to see. So if you want to play it safe, we can wait for the daily. Let's change the time frame to the daily so we can just see it a little bit better. So for the daily, we can wait for just $100, $100 even. We can wait for the daily candle to close above $100, and that'll give us hopefully the push that we need to come up. And you can see it right here. We have a top, we have a bottom, we have a top, and then it came down a little bit. If we break this, most pattern traders, I don't see this, but I don't use this, but most pattern traders will see a cup and handle. But what I see is I see this neckline. This is important to me. So that's what I see on that one. Let's go to the last one, HBAR. HBAR is on fire. HBAR is basically doing what we were wanting to do or see on these other coins. Here is our first level of potential, coming up, but we still have this, and that was at 0.17552. We still had this level at 119.408 that we needed to break above. And what did it do? It broke above it with a nice wick right to that area, and now it's coming up. Now for HBAR, I would like to see a retracement at least to the 382 level. And if we do this, that would put us right at our support level that we just created at 0.19408. So, no, wait, I'm sorry. That's, no, I want to see it retrace more because of this long wick. I want to see it retrace more. Oh, man. Joe, you're doing so good. I know. But now I'm thinking about this right here because we did pull back, and man, I really want to see what the next couple candles do. If the next couple candles do something like this, I would like to see it retrace to about here, about 0.18756 before potentially going up. If it retraces here, then at its current spot, I keep on saying here, if the price action retraces from its current spot, I would like to see it bounce in this golden pocket, which would be roughly around 0.18251 before continuing up. But to me, out of all three that we looked at, HBAR looks the most promising because it broke this level and this level. However, I'm expecting a pullback because it went straight up versus these other ones. If Litecoin breaks out, or rather when Litecoin breaks out of the $100 mark, this one I think is going to be much stronger than this one, which is HBAR, just because it hasn't broke out yet. So those are my thought process on that.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because honestly, I was going to ask you which one of those you thought looked the best, and so I appreciate you beating me to the punch and putting that out there, basically. And guys, you know, I love Litecoin, love it, use it, pay bills with it, whatever, because that's, heaven forbid, what it's meant to be used for. HBAR. Again, you guys know I stake HBAR. I like it. I get it. You need to have those that bring in the TradFi into this space, and I prefer the way HBAR is doing it. That's just me. A couple of things I wanted to just get to, comments that came up while you were in there, and I love the Dusty Hunt. Buy orange ETF and get a free ticket to dinner and dance in the Great Ballroom. Yes, exactly. That's funny. In my opinion, Dave Digital saying ETFs should be a basket of assets grouped together according to risk. And yeah, I'm with you, Dave Digital. You know,
100%.
plus 100 for Dave Digital. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. That's the dealio. And BC Port Corp basically saying it's the streamlined process I brought up on Good Morning Crypto. Less red tape. It's not a no, it's a go. I had to say that slow, otherwise I would have just screwed that entire thing up right there. But yes, BC has been all over this, and I remember him talking about that. And Sergio, welcome. Appreciate you being here. When the market correction is over, when the market gets its correction, it's over for crypto. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some correlation there. Absolutely. But yeah.
Or hopefully, if the stock market goes down, hopefully they'll put that money in crypto. But again, that's just with hopes and dreams. You know, it's level by level.
Yep. But even like Lepard was talking about in that video we watched earlier. I mean, what if just like, I think he said 10% moves over here? And, you know, especially if those people moving that money believe that Bitcoin in particular, crypto in general, is the antithesis of what we currently have in our fiat system. So just a food for thought, as they say, food for thought. All right, we're going to look at a couple more partnerships, and then I think we're going to have time to get to at least that video clip from Citizens for Sound Money before we head over to Joe's live stream in about 15 minutes. So if you're on YouTube, sit tight for that. If you're on X, come on over. When you get here, smack up that like button, and you know the drill. All right, so the first partnership we're going to take a look at right now is this partnership between PayPal and OpenAI. And this is what I was trying to kind of get on earlier, is that I think these partnerships, this whole deal with stable coins, and why so many of these entities, states, etc., going into the whole stable coin arena, plays into the changeover that we've talked about on a number of shows with regard to the moving the TradFi, the current system, into digital rails. Anyway, basically, it's meant to enable instant payments with ChatGPT. Now, let's hope it's not Pam, because Pam doesn't even know Trump is the president right now. So yeah, shout out to Piper and your problems with Pam, man. Yeah, crypto is not going away. Sky High is saying, yeah, it's here to stay. Absolutely, I agree. Now, again, much like we've talked about how many times, it's going to be certain cryptos. It's not going to be these 1 million meme coins that we see out there. Oh my God, scourge on this space. Okay, I'm not going to get down that story time just yet. Maybe we'll do that a little bit later. The next partnership we're going to talk about right here also involves Trump and his Truth Social. They're teaming up with Crypto.com. Now, they've done a lot of partnerships with regard to Crypto.com, and they're not the only partnerships that they have, by the way. But basically, he's looking to launch the world's first social media prediction market on his platform, okay, on the media platform. Wow. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, Poly Market, very popular, right? Very popular. It's just, I don't know that I want Trump involved in that kind of, I don't know. That's just me. Feel free to tell me what your thoughts are about that in the chat. I'm really interested to know. Joe, how do you feel about him launching a prediction market like on his media group?
We've already seen what he can do, what he has done in reference to manipulation and insider trading.
Amen.
It's so funny. Like when he was running, man, I was so happy, and crypto and this and that. And then like everything he touches with crypto, it's literally to help the rich, and because the insiders. And then for the people who are trying to make money, if they're not, selling it really quick, they're, hopefully everybody knows how to trade, but if not, and everybody, people who know how to trade, they can still get wrecked. And they're just losing all this money and anything he touches. Anytime he dabbles in anything or just simply just dips his finger in it, I'm like, no, I don't like it. Automatically, I don't even care what it is. It's like, nope.
I know. It's sad, right? How sad is it that you kind of get that feeling, that bad taste? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, ugh, and that's, I mean, whatever you want to do it. Like when you're out of office, God bless you, more power to you. I'm all about it. But yeah, I just, damn. And BC, I talked about that, what we're talking about here with regard to the AIs and prediction markets. GPT voice AI isn't on the same update that GPT-5 is. And that's what Piper pointed out for those who are coming over from Piper Academy at the end. And if you didn't see it, you're watching it on watching this on the replay. Go check that out. Today's Piper Academy morning report. It'll take some time to get these agents up to par. It's Model 1. Yes. And now I want to point out BC, myself, and Bedell, this past Monday night, we did an entire Hollow Line stream on AI, and in particular, the report that came out, AI 2027. If you have not watched that, my God, please go back and watch that, because this whole AI fandango should be like scaring the crap out of you. And after what we just saw with Pam this morning, it should scare the crap out of you even more. Just saying, we need some intervention. We need some breaks. Unfortunately, the way money and incentivization goes, I don't think we're going to see it, but I think we're doomed. But let's not, again, not going to get down that particular rabbit hole. Let's keep going. So on Monday's stream, I talked about the launch on Coinbase of the X402 protocol, okay, payment protocol. And right here we go. Cardano just activated the future of AI payments with X402. Cardano is integrating X402, a payment standard developed by Coinbase and adopted by Google's agent payment protocol. Built on the HTTP 402 payment code, X402 allows users and AI agents to make instant on-chain payments using stablecoins, no registrations, no emails, no zeros, no centralization, centralized intermediaries, etc. So it's moving forward, folks. And again, to what we literally were just saying, man, like I said, please go back and watch this past Monday's Out of the Line episode. BC brought that, wanting to talk about that forward, and I'm so glad he did. Like I said, quite frankly, I just wanted to like leave for the day and go hug my grandkids when I was done watching the the video breaking down AI 2027. But man, please go watch that. And there you go. Yeah, Baron, exactly. Something Joe and I, right? Joe, we talked about that. What was it, 2 weeks ago? The kid made like 8 million or something like that. I probably, it's probably 8 billion. I can't remember at this point, but he's made a shit ton. Yes. And he's not the only one. We pointed out a couple of different obvious insiders having insider information when longs or shorts are put out like 10 minutes before an announcement or something. I don't know, Joe. You may need to save me for myself. Can you feel it? Can you see the vein? Can you see the vein? Man, oh man. Okay. One more piece of crypto related news, and then we're going to go to the Citizens for Sound Money clip. And then right after that, we're heading over to Joe's live stream. We've got about 8 minutes, and then we're going to head over there. All right, here we go. IBM. IBM, like dinosaur as far as computers are concerned, right? Et cetera, et cetera. But here we go. IBM, one of the world's oldest IT companies, launching Digital Asset Haven. Basically a crypto platform for institutional clients. Now, again, this is strictly for institutional clients. It requires KYC, KYC, and you think I've been drinking, right? No, honestly. Well, okay, coffee. But other than that, no. Anyway, I think that's, again, it's the move we need to be heading toward. These institutional players are here. Sadly, I think they're here to stay, and it is what it is with regard to that. Joe, are you going to try and stick around for the for this clip from the Citizens for Sound Money?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to pigeonhole you, and then you're like, oh crap, I need to go.
Yeah, after that, then I'll take off.
Okay,
get everything
cool.
started.
All right. Now, again, you guys know, again, shout out Citizens for Sound Money, Daniel Diaz, huge friend to this channel. He's been here how many times? It's great when he comes to Crypto on the Rocks, man. I like it. I like it. He's a lot of fun once you get a couple of drinks in him. But anyway, here he did a recent interview. And again, this link is not in the description. So I'm going to put it right now into the chat. So again, you can go ahead and follow up on this at your leisure. I found this literally right before I was going live, so I didn't have a chance to put it in the description before we went live. But I want to let you listen to this and realize, now we listened to Lepard in the beginning where he was talking about sound money, and he has been a sound money advocate for probably decades now, where he included Bitcoin as part of sound money. Here, they're talking strictly gold and silver. And for those who have been here for a while, you know that Daniel Diaz's whole thing, and you can go watch any of the videos with him on my channel. Bitcoin is not money. I thought it was. Bitcoin's not money. And whatever, we can disagree, agree to disagree, whatever you want. But this is the framework. This is the lens, the perspective that this interview is taken in. Again, a little over 2.5 minutes, but I think worth most of it. So let's play it.
Let's talk about digital IDs. So a couple of countries have gone really dystopian with it. In Vietnam, you cannot get a job unless you have a real ID on your phone. Same thing in Mexico. Every citizen is required to give up their biometric identifiers. And I think it's now up to 11 states in the United States have taken the real IDs and digitized them. And the way they did it was real ID, and then they digitized it. And then they didn't come out and tell the people. So the risk here is if they tie it to digital money and then require you to use digital money, all of a sudden they could bring in something like a social credit score system or something like that to monitor behaviors. And so as the dollar begins to die, as you said, we're getting out of the fiat system around the world, not just the US. They're going to go these digital systems. And what we want are real world alternatives. We want our own asset-backed digital currencies, not central bank digital currencies, asset-backed, gold and silver titled in your name, independent of the government. We want gold and silver physical as money. We want things like,
and just to where he's at right now, he's talking things like Kinesis, which is built on a blockchain, but again, for another stream, but he's talking about stuff like that. So if you're looking for more information about that, links in the description as well.
Like gold backs and Kinesis arms and things like that.
There you go.
To allow people to transact and maintain their privacy, not only maintain the purchasing power, but maintain their privacy. That's a hallmark of American culture, and our Constitution is the right to privacy. I don't think it's going to be too long before these digital ID systems and these laws really begin to suppress our rights, going beyond just sound money, our rights and our ability to speak out and our ability, to pass legislation and to exercise our freedoms and to have privacy and not have the government looking over our shoulder. Look at what's happened in the UK, arresting people for social media posts, but allowing people to violent crimes to go free, which is ridiculous. It's topsy-turvy. It's kind of like the world's gone mad in a way. Good is bad and bad's good, and up is down, down is up. And we're just in one of those times in which there's a lot of turmoil, but we do have options, and those options are to exercise our rights. And we have to let people know what we want in terms of sound money. Sound money prevents the government from going too far to the tyrannical side. It's one of the pillars of freedom. And so if you guys could donate your time, any money that you may have to see firsthand, I know there's membership.
And he does go beyond in this conversation, but I'm gonna call it right there, because he is kind of for the next like 30 seconds or so kind of shilling Citizens for Sound Money, which again, every time I have Daniel on, we have that link in the description. And yeah, by all means, because they are trying to move our country state by state in that direction for sound money. And any thoughts about that, Joe, before you head out? I know you got to head out. So
yeah, I put it in the comments, but there's a plus and a minus to the digital IDs. It's very scary, but it's good. The thing that I can think of good as far as reducing identity theft, you can't steal somebody's identity if it's based off of their biometrics. However, due to the history of the government and how they treat their people, they could easily abuse it. Let's say you have money. Well, guess what? Now the government has they can just hit a button and then you're done. Like you can't buy anything, you can't transact, you can't go and you can't travel. It's really, really scary. The downside.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. And I just brought that comment up. All right, Joe, like I said, I know you got to go. Hell, we're supposed to be at your live stream in a minute, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're going to be a little bit late, but thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you.
Good. And so anybody who's on X, come on over to YouTube, smash a like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We're going to be going to my channel where I talk about Bitcoin and talk about your coins. I show you how to trade, and all for free. So, definitely come check me out. My new time is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with bonus streams. And the bonus streams, I might leave it at 12 p.m. So today we're doing a bonus stream. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, CCM. You're the absolute best. And we will see you in a few minutes.
All right. No, thank you, Joe. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, Joe, you got the new times. I didn't have time to make up a banner to put it up like I usually do with regard to his new streaming times. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. And we're going to go raid his stream momentarily. There are some comments I want to get to real quick here. I love it. BC Pork Corp saying I've got some rum chata in here. And boo, I can't stand rum chata, just saying. So no Kahlua, anything like that in the cup. It is just the cup of coffee. Sorry. But I probably should think about something else. Just saying. Anyway, okay. And BC saying Bitcoin is money, and I'm with you, brother. I believe that. Yeah. Enough said. I think everybody gets that. And I love Tech Man. Tell your wife I said, hey, man. He says, my wife said, does this guy stream all day? When I was watching last night's stream, I know. Last night, we myself, BC Pork Crypto Jar on the Matrix Money podcast. I feel like I'm streaming live all day. Sometimes, man, I really do. Shout out to your wife for noticing that. And BC, coming back to this, I argue with Daniel on my fiat episode that Bitcoin is money. You don't need fiat to run Bitcoin like you just need fiat to run gold. There you go. And that was great. If you didn't watch that stream, counter this, man. Counter this. Go watch it. Saturdays, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Him, LBC. Man. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, that's it. Let me catch you up on what I got for the rest of this week. Believe it or not, I'm back on the road a little later on this afternoon. So the rest of the streams for like maybe, I'm on the road for about the next almost 2 weeks. So these next streams are all going to be, I'm going to try and keep with the schedule. Hopefully things will go no problem. So bet on the road again. So there we go. Anyway, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern time, members, go to the post tab on YouTube. Link in that description for YouTube members to be able to watch a members only live stream. Daniel Diaz will be there for that. I'm putting together all the prep information now, so you'll have links to all of that coming shortly. But make sure you check out that post tab, members only, and you will get that information. Same for Patreon, members on Patreon, and for Odyssey. Appreciate you. So that's tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. As always, Crypto on the Rocks, our Bitcoin white paper / Halloween episode. Tell me what you think of that thumbnail I put up for that. I appreciate that. And yeah, I've got a couple of clips dropping on Saturday and on Sunday, and then right back to the grind on Monday. So Tech Man's wife can see me on all day, all night. There you go. All right, we're heading out. We're going to go raid Joe's live stream. Appreciate everybody being here this morning. Appreciate Joe being back. Appreciate all of you and the conversation in the chat. All right, when you get over to Joe's live stream, you know the drill. CCM raid in the chat. Thank you, everybody, and I will be talking to you again soon.